you.
I want to first, before we go, take a look at what we're surrounded by with. This is a little different, I'll have to admit here. And can you tell us basically what we have here? Were these real animals?
Yes, all of them. I mean, Roger isn't here right now, but yeah, all of them were real animals. And my whippet is surrounded by foam. Okay. He's just foam, and then he just molded the foam, and it's just his fur, just around foam.
Okay, this is Carrie and Russell, and you've lost a dog, Barney, but in the past you actually, this is your other dog.
Yeah, our whippet.
Zorro.
Your whippet.
Our whippet Zorro dog.
Okay, now, you know what? I've been in houses, I don't necessarily like it when I see, you know, the dead deers and everything stuffed and, you know, the moose heads and all that. But you've taken that to a new level to do it with, you know, the family pet.
Yes.
Yes, we thought it would be unique and all that good stuff.
Well, yeah, that's the nice
people.
way
We're
of
not this
putting
many
it.
people, but we wanted to shock people.
It does shock. I mean, but you just said you love this pet and you just
he
didn't.
was so loyal to us, and we loved it. Oh, and you know, it was so bizarre because
Hold on. At this shot, it looked like that last shot. The dog was going after my foot. Yes. You see the shot? If you take the long shot, my gosh.
Look at that, though. Look at when he was alive. Look at him go. See,
He's running 35 miles an hour.
Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, he can run 35 miles an hour. In that picture, he's running 35 miles per hour.
But they've kept that going. Well, not from that angle. From that angle, it looks like Zorro's checking out the fire hydrant.
That was when he was at his happiest. I know. That was when he was at his happiest. So that's the reason why we did the position where he's in. But
now you wanted to remember Barney, and you've not seen what Barney looks like yet.
Correct.
Why did you want to? It's like a process where you freeze dry and then stuff in a way, right?
Right.
Why would you want to do that with Barney?
Because they were a good team.
And you and
Whippet and Barney were good teams?
Whippet and Barney, yes, our Zorro dog and Barney were a really good team. They loved each other. Like Barney would go out to, we live in a court where they have lots of cats. So Barney would go out to the, he'd bark at, you know, to let Zorro know where the cat was, and then Zorro would go running after the cat.
Where do you plan, if we're going to show you what Barney looks like now, where do you plan to put Barney?
We want to put both of them actually in a glass case, and we're going to put Barney at the position that he's in. We did it in such a way to where he's looking up at Zorro running.
See, I'm thinking the entryway and just scare off people when they come to the front door.
I tell you what, we've got Barney in just a second.
We're going to sheet over him. I mean, come on, everybody wants to see this kind of stuff.
We're going to come back in a second. We've got this dog and the friend Barney. We'll join him in a moment. Hang
Now
on.
they're together.
They're going to be back together again.
People remember their pets, and Carrie and Russell had their dog Zorro freeze-dried in the running position, and Zorro had a best friend, Barney, who passed away. Yeah. And so you decided to have Barney freeze-dried. And Russell, you ready to look at Barney?
Yes.
Roger, why don't you bring Barney out?
Very good.
You okay?
I'm fine.
Very good.
You're going to make me cry. I know, but I can't believe I'm crying, Roger.
Roger,
Outstanding job.
Outstanding job. Oh, it's beautiful.
how common is this?
Oh, my
People having
goodness,
their
Ray.
animals freeze-dried.
Well, this one isn't really freeze-dried. This one is just mounted the old-fashioned way,
Okay.
where after we skin the animal out, we tan the skin, and then we made the body. And they sell mannequins and bodies for all of the wild animals and the game animals, but they don't make them for pets, you know, like basset hounds or...
Right, they do for deer and things like
Right.
that.
But a lot of people are now asking to have their pets.
Yes.
Do I say stuffed? What do I say?
That's a good word.
Mounted is
Mounted is the
word
word.
we like to use.
Chuck in our audience has a question. Chuck, go ahead.
Yeah, how much does it cost to mount and stuff an animal like that?
And would you do it, Chuck?
I don't know. I don't think I could watch him. I don't think I could see him like that.
What's the cost range?
Okay, one this size like this is $5.95.
$595?
Yes.
How about you did a Great Dane once? I mean, that's big, right?
Yes, we did. But the unusual thing about the Great Dane was the fellow that had it done, he had it made into a rug, you know, like a bear rug.
With the mouth and...
with the mouth open, and he had a rubber ball, and he said the Great Dane always came to him with his rubber ball in the corner of his mouth, and that's the way he wanted the rug done.
Okay, now, hold on a second. Russell, you made a face there for a second. Is that going too far for you, or...?
Russell, you can't tell me somebody goes too far by sticking a ball in them.
I just thought it was different.
Judy has a question. Judy?
Well, now we got Tommy there.
How soon after the death of the pet do you have to have it to do the process?
Well, usually within 24 to 48 hours. It depends on the temperature. If the pet is put into a cool place like a cooler or a refrigerator, or even if it's frozen, you can freeze it and think about it and bring it in months later.
What does it mean to you two to have this done? Because you're very emotional now, looking at your two best friends.
He'll last as long as we
As long as
do.
we're alive.
Maybe
You
longer.
know, who knows? Yeah.
And
I
we
don't know what's
wanted
going to happen
something that
after
would
we're
last.
gone, but
Now
at
we
least
have a
we
party.
have the skin. We have our animal's pelt, and that's great.
Will you
I
get
mean-
another dog?
Yes.
Oh, we're
So
yeah.
this
I
won't
can't
stop you. You won't
wait.
just stop
This
here.
won't-
You'll
no,
get another
yeah,
dog.
we'll get
Oh
another
no!
dog, definitely.
Oh yes, as soon as possible.
You knew this was your calling to do something like this? Roger, how would you know that?
Since I was 14 years old. I've been doing it since I was 14.
But how did that come about?
Well, when I was 14, I found a red-tailed hawk that had been shot, and I took it to the local taxidermy shop. This is down in California. And they wanted $40, to mount it, and this was in 1953. And that didn't bother me, but when he told me it was going to take 8 months before I could pick it up, that kind of bothered me
You
because
knew
I
you could do
didn't
it
have
faster?
the patience. So I went to the library and got a book.
And
You've been doing it ever since
I've been
then.
doing it ever since.
Got to make you good
Wow.
to see these
on.
folks. Yeah.
Thank you for being here. Unusual ways that
excellent.
people want to
Oh.
remember their lost loved ones. We'll be right back with more Broken Stuff. To contact Rogers Taxidermy, call 253-581-65.